Yo, yo ho, Steve Vance, first one. That was pretty funny. I didn't really mean to do that. I leaned over to turn on Instagram, and that happened. Hey, Steve. Hey, Julie. Wow, another early arrival on the scene tonight. Julie Sork, everybody. Great musician, helping to promote our upcoming show, me and Ernie at Lemoncello in, where is that? In Connecticut, in someplace Connecticut. Hold on. Sherman, Connecticut. Yes, 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 yes. Phil is here. Phil Laftowski. Lakowski. Yes, Phil. All right. So, yeah, I'm back. What do you know? 3 weeks of exciting adventures. Frank Vignola's jazz camp, gypsy jazz camp, with Yosho Stefan, John Jorgensen, Captain Vinny Rainiolo, and of course Frank Vignola and Ken Smith and Gary Mazzaropi on the bass. What a week it was. I never got to meet Yosho before, and so the second that we met, Anthony goes, "Who's that bearded man? David Letterman?" Yeah, I really am. I'm committed to the beard. Yeah. I'm growing the beard out. Yeah. Dig it. Yeah. But anyway, I met Yosho. And so when I met him, the first thing I did was I sat down and played one of the songs off his Guitar Heroes record. And he jumped right in and played with me. And that was that was basically our handshake, where I wanted to let him know that I was a huge fan. That must feel funny for him, somebody twice his age going, "I'm a huge fan of yours." All right, so yeah, you noticed the beard. Let's see if you notice anything else different. Just let me know. Julie said it's a great little restaurant. Yes. Ernie and I have played there once before. It's a fantastic Italian restaurant. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And yeah. Yeah, it's going to be nice. Friday night. I think 6 to 8:30, something like that. Come out for dinner. Come for the food, stay for the music. It's a great hang. And like I said, the food is... Sharon said, I watched the jazz camp at Birdland YouTube streams. Yes. Yes. I actually made it onto the stage with Yosho and those guys. I was pretty happy about that, that I got to play. I mean, I played with them all week, but I didn't think Frank was going to invite me on the show. And then he was like, you want to come up and play a tune? I was like, well, maybe. Yes, please, yes. BVS, Epi Sound. There we go. Somebody noticed. I bought another guitar. I bought a new guitar. And I'll tell you the story about this guitar. But first, folks, I'm going to play you a song. What do you think about that? I'm going to play you a song that we did at the Django camp. And I'd never done this song. I'd heard this song a million times, but I never played it. So now I played it. I got a little bit of echo on my voice on purpose. Yo! So don't worry. I'm actually doing that on purpose to smooth out the rough edges. All right, so here's a song called Sweet Chorus, and I'm going to do Django's actual introduction, as it were, and then after the song, I'll tell you the story of this beautiful Epiphone Emperor Regent. Okay. Sorry. Waiting for the loop to undo. Da da dee dee. Ba da 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 ba da. Booty da. Nice augmented chord. Da da da. Little cycle move. Dee da 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 dee. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 da. By Menon. Ricardo Gautreau is here. Man, can he play? Such a cool player. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Sharon said a long slog, weeks of cold and COVID as symptoms. Not good. Hope you're feeling better. Wow, sick as a dog. All right. So, man, the gang's all here, huh? It's a beautiful thing. A beautiful thing. I want to say hi to everybody. Everybody. On Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Bob Meyer is over on Instagram. Hey, Bob. Bob just celebrated a milestone birthday. Bob, I hope you don't mind me telling them your age. He just turned 80, and this cat still plays full time and brings it. Drummer. Yeah. Yeah. I respect that. And he's a great player, period, you know? Yeah. All right. So let's see. Sharon says the whole family got a variety of this thing. Mine was the norovirus. Ooh. Oh, someone had pneumonia. I don't know what that is. Well, I just hope you feel better. Yeah. But seriously, folks, come on. Let's talk about my guitar, okay? So here's the story. The short story is I bought this guitar in an airport. And that's the short story. Let me see. That probably needs like some kind of sound effect or something. It needs something. Let's see. Do 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 do. Ba-dee-da-da-dee-dee. So how'd you like that song, Sweet Chorus? That's nice, huh? It's sweet, wouldn't you say? Okay. I know it took forever. It says, Doug, that guitar sounds good. Just don't let your beard grow too long like Chris Morrison. No, I actually go and have my beard professionally trimmed and maintained by Roman. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a big guitar. So this is an Epiphone Emperor Regent, and it's Epiphone's version of a Gibson L5. It's the same dimensions. It's a 17-inch body, 25 and 3/4 scale neck, 20 frets, goes up to high C, and it's got a floating pickup. And this is a Kent Armstrong floating mini humbucker pickup, and the controls are down here on the pick guard. And so the story behind this guitar is I just come back from camp. I came back from camp on a Friday, and we left for Seattle on Sunday. So I had one day to, unpack from the camp, repack for going for Seattle. And when we got to the airport on Sunday, it was a big foggy. It was like one of these like horrendous fog condition things. And we were fogged in for like over 2 hours. So I'm bored, and I'm like just looking around on my phone, and and I'm just looking, and at the Guitar Center on their site, I saw this guitar, in the used area. And these guitars new, I'm not even sure if they're making them now, because a lot of companies are not making the big archtop guitars, only on special order. But I saw this guitar. It was just listed like that day. It was either listed that day or one day before. And it was a super reasonable price. It was hundreds lower than any of the other ones that I had seen. And it's a blonde, so that means that it has the best woods. The sunburst ones you can hide in perfections, but the blonde guitars you can't. So to make a long story short, I bought it. I bought it, and the rough part was, or the good part, but it's also the rough part, is that if you buy through the Guitar Center, you buy this was a used guitar. The year this guitar is a 2010, and so if you buy a guitar through them, you can buy it at any Guitar Center in the United States. This happened to come out of Tucson, Arizona, and they shipped it all the way to Danbury, Connecticut for free to one of their stores. They'll ship to any store for free, and that's what I did. But it arrived in the store long before I came home from the gigs and visiting family in Washington. So I was like so anxious to get my hands on it. And the day we got back, I was all jet lagged and retarded, and I still went out and picked up the guitar. I remember Kathy going, "Yeah, I know where you're going to go as soon as we get home. I know." And so I love it. Thank God it came. It was another one of these sight unseen guitars. But Guitar Center has a 45-day return policy. So you could literally play the guitar for a month and a half and then go like, I don't really like it. But it's everything I thought it would be. And Phil, you asked, what's a floating pickup? The body is not routed. The pickup is not in the body. It's actually attached to the neck. So I don't know if you could see, but like right there, that's like a bracket. It's on both sides of the neck, and it's attached to the neck, and the controls are on the pick guard. So it's a perfectly acoustic, instrument. So has a specific sound. It just doesn't sound, it doesn't sound like my 175. The L5, or in this case the Epiphone Emperor, just has a certain kind of like trad jazz sound. Yeah. All right, let's see. I answered the floating pickup. Phil said it looks new. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know, man. People buy these guitars and I don't know what they do with them, but eventually they just sell them. And there I am, waiting in the airport to buy them. All right, so let's do another song. I'm going to do a major song. I mean, the other song was major. Had kind of like a blues thing to it. I'm going to do a much more happy, peppy, and bursting with love song. And this is another out of the Django songbook. This is Swing 42. And I just want you all to know also that I'm shocked that everything is working. Could you imagine being gone for 3 weeks? Come back, and there's a whole other story I got to tell you about my computer blowing up. But that'll be after this song. Swing 42. What's one wrong chord? By Menon. All right. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm digging this guitar. And another reason why I bought this guitar was that I was having trouble with my gypsy guitar, with Barkey. And the trouble was that traveling down to New Jersey and back, and then flying to Washington and playing gigs and doing clinics all over the place, the cracks in the guitar were growing and multiplying. And Lisa Johnson's here. Yo, what's happening? And yeah. So anyway, so I knew that when I got back, I was going to have to take the guitar in, and I actually called my guitar guy, Chris, at Hot Rod 6-string guitars, which combines the two things I love the most, cars and guitars. And, I like a couple of other things too, like my wife and kids, but, got to have your priorities straight, right? But anyway, so it was very fortuitous that I was able to find this guitar, because this guitar can sub for my gypsy guitar because it has such a trad jazz sound to it. It doesn't sound, like my Gibson is kind of like a bebop war machine, and this is more of a, swing 20s, 30s, well, not 20s, but 30s, 40s swing machine. And so it was fortuitous. And my poor little guitar, I brought it in, and Chris looked at it, and he was like, oh, my God. And he said that he has to humidify it for a week before he even works on it. He said the guitar is so dried out. And I have a humidifier. I keep it in there. But obviously, he said I'm going to probably need a humidifier in the guitar and a humidifier in the case. So, yeah. Anyway, it's going to be a few weeks before I get the guitar back. In the meantime, in between time, and I got fun with this big giant Epi, my giant Epi pen. All right. Yeah, so if you're out there, come on the chat bar and say hi. And, I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to go to YouTube if you're watching on any of the other platforms. At some point, run over to YouTube and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1 billion subscribers on YouTube. I think I'm at like 2.3 thousand. So I got a little ways to go, but you can help me get there. One person at a time. Okay. Enough of that silliness. How about another song? When we were in Seattle, we were hanging out. My 2 sons live out there. And Larry Gindolf is here. Hey, Larry. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, saying howdy. Anyway, we were watching Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And, the king's son, all he wants to do is sing. But I just want to sing, And my vibe is I just want to play guitar. All right, so what'll I do now? Oh, I know. I'll sing. Hey, oh, hey, hey, hey. Okay. Make sure my looper is cleared. Oh, that's another thing. Man, I got a lot of stuff going on. Not tomorrow. Next Wednesday, my new loop song, it's called Evidently. It's going to drop, as they say, on all streaming platforms. I'm doing a different kind of release with this record. No hard copy. I will put it on my website for download, but really it's a streaming thing. And I'm doing this a different kind of promotion where I'm actually promoting it directly to people that have these playlists that are popular playlists. And so far I've gotten on 3 and with this one song. And so it's a whole new experience for me. So that's going to be coming out next week. Dig it. But first, September in the Rain. The leaves of brown came tumbling down. Remember that September in the rain. The sun went out just like a dying ember. That September in the rain. With every word of love I heard you whisper, the raindrops seem to play a sweet refrain. Though spring is here, to me it's still September. That September in the rain. The leaves of brown came tumbling down. Remember that September in the rain. The sun went out just like a dying ember. That September in the rain. With every word of love I heard you whisper, the raindrops seem to play a sweet refrain. Though spring is here, to me it's still September. That September in the rain. September in the rain. Julie said, gorgeous sound. Thank you. And again, this is just like direct into my little mixer, which is literally the cheapest thing I could find. Like the cheapest 6-channel mixer in the world. I found it. I mean, it literally has like, they do a thing where they sell to sort of name brands, and then like the leftovers just go to these aftermarkets that the thing doesn't even really have like a name. It just has like a number, like lettering. But it's cool. So anyway, yeah, so the guitar sounds great. Come out on Friday, you could hear it in person. And Ernie is probably going to bring his gigantic guitar. He has a D'Angelico XL, no cutaway at all, no cutaway. And he's got the D-Armand pickup on it. And it is just mwah. So it'll be the two of us. It'll be the battle of the giant guitars. Although his doesn't look ridiculous. He's a tall dude, and I'm like a little peanut. So this thing is hysterical. It's hysterical. Phil says, Doug can't resist doing a weird ending. I know. Doug, are you familiar with positive grid stuff? No. What is positive grid? I don't know what that is. Do I want to know what that is? What is positive grid? Tell us, Steve. Sharon said she's coming to the gig if she's well enough. I got to tell you, Sharon, I was sick when I was in Washington, so there was something going around, and the first week I was there was brutal. I did a radio show. Right after I got there. We got there Sunday, and then Monday I went and I did a radio show, and actually had a great time. The guy was John Ford. He was the interviewer on KAOS radio in Olympia, Washington, and we just went at it for like an hour. And he's a what do they call it? A displaced New Yorker, so he's around my age. He's a little younger, but he knew a lot about the scene, especially in the 80s and 90s, and so we had a lot of fun reminiscing and talking trash about people and the business and guitar playing, and yeah, we had a good time. But anyway, I could feel myself getting sick, and eventually towards the end of the week, I went to urgent care because I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have like something, like COVID or strep or, the flu or something, something that I was going to make everybody else sick. And it turned out that I just had, what we used to call a cold, a virus. Thank God, And then by the time we left the following week, I was 99% over it, which is good. But yeah, there's nothing like being on the road and being sick. A lot of fun. Not a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, it's guitar stuff, like small amps that you can access thousands of patches on the tone cloud. Oh, wow. No, I don't know anything about this. Huh. Okay. Positive grid. Well, I got to write this down because you know me. The second I get off here, I'll be like, what? What? Okay. Now I just got to hold on. I got to get a pen. Okay. I got a pen. I don't know if it works, but I got a pen. Okay. Does it work? Yes. Okay. So positive grid. All right. So I guess that's a website through an app on your phone. Great guitar stuff. Tone cloud. All right. We'll see. Let's see. I'm up for anything. I'll try anything twice. All righty. Let's do something else. I'm actually looking at the list of songs I'm going to do at Ernie on Friday. And I know Phil goes, Doug is old school. Well, in some ways I am. In every way I'm old. But I got to say, with my new release, I'm totally new school, baby. I'm like Mr. Oh, also, and speaking of new school, I saw Bill is on here. Probably already left. Bill Morton from Chicago, our good friend, and he's part of the promotion team for Kate Smith Productions, and he is a shaker and a mover in Chicago. Good man. Yeah, how about I do Wave? Man, I haven't done that in a minute. Let's see if I can screw up these chords. Let's see. We all have to remember how to be old school if the power grid shuts down. Yeah, I know. We're doomed. I want my MTV. Hey, Bill is still there. Great, Bill. Everybody say hi to Bill Morton out in Chicago. Good man. Oh, that's another one I'd like to do. To be moonglow, you know that one? Da 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 dee, da 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 dee da. Oh, I want to do that one. I'm gonna do moonglow. Yeah, Julie. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try it. Shoot, I didn't kill the other loop. Sorry, I must kill the loop first. Hold on. Getting ready to kill the loop. Okay, I killed the loop. Here we go. I amuse myself. Da 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 dee da. Ba ba da da dee da. Man, I messed that up. Ba ba da da dee da. It had to be moonlight. Da 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 dee. Ba 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 ba. It had to be moonlight. Ba 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 ba. It had to be moonglow. All right, Moon Glow. Ron Miro's here. You and that Epiphone sound great. Thanks, Ronnie. Just got it. Bought it used, super cheap on Guitar Center. It's a 2010 Epiphone Emperor Regent. And yeah. I don't know if this was a special batch that they made. I mean, it's when you buy these things used, it's hard to find a lot of stuff out about it. But it said it's like a special antique finish, and it's spruce top, maple sides and back, and looks like a maple neck, and looks like a rosewood fretboard. It's nice. Kent Armstrong pickup. Ron said, "You got to bring it over." I will. This will be a good excuse for us to get together, drink some coffee, play some guitar. Yeah, Moonglow, huh? Moonglow. So, when I was in Seattle, I did a sort of like an impromptu little Django Jam / clinic / jam session fun time over on Bainbridge Island, which is off of the coast of Seattle. You take a ferry to get there. And our host was Michael. I can't say his last name right. Sciaccia. To me, it looks like Michael Sciatica, which is terrible. But great dude. And this bunch of guys, were there. And a great left-handed guitar player, Jenny Kong Mayer, was there. And she was a hoot. She's a great player and just a great human being, full of life, and she's just like totally into it, and we had a great time, and that was a nice break from sort of the I don't know, everything else that was going on. There was a lot of stuff going on regarding the gig. And so it was really, it was nice. And it was a day where, like, it didn't rain. It was like 70 degrees. We were outside. We played outside all day. And he lives on Bainbridge Island, which is beautiful. And so, like, we were in this sort of, like, wooded setting. And, we were doing everything except sitting around a campfire. It was, like, as close to the real gypsy vibe as you could get, So it was nice. It was super nice. Super nice. And, yeah. How about a little douce ambiance? Yabbity ba, scoobity bee. Bob Stanhope, hello from South Carolina. Robert Stanhope, ladies and gentlemen, just released, I think, is it your 20th book, Bob? Congratulations. When you come back up north, I definitely would like to purchase a copy. Is it available online? Can I buy it online? I want to get it. Y'all should get it. If you never read any of Bob's books, he has a whole series, and you can start anywhere in the series. You know, you don't have to start at book 1, but I've read through the entire series 3 times. That's how much I like it, and not just because I like him. I like his books a lot. They're sort of like detective, whodunit, unraveling dramas, and they're just so visual. You know, yeah. And besides being a great author, he is a fantastic musician. Oh, my goodness. The last show that I saw him play live at, he did solo. And, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Bob. Yeah. Yeah, he's something else. Renaissance man. And he's another guy that's up in his 70s and just like, I can't keep up with him, man. His output of books, music, this and that. All right. Bradley Bostick is here. Yo, Bradley. What it is? Ah, my son Eugene is on. About time. My own kin. No. We saw a lot of each other out in Washington. He actually let us stay in his, he has like a Airbnb kind of vibe in his, you know, it's like an in-law, what we used to call an in-law setup, but it's like a complete apartment. It's awesome. So whenever we go out there, Wizard, hello. Where are you from? What is your little picture there? My eyes are so bad. But welcome. Tell us something about yourself. Tell us one thing about yourself. All right. Let's see. Oh, I know what I wanted to play. I wanted to play Wave. That's what I wanted to play. Yes, that's right. By Menon. Okay. Sean said, great playing on Wave. I'm loving the new Blondie guitar sound. Yeah. It's big. Great job on Wave. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Larry Gendolf. Nice Wave. Bravo. Thank you. And our new friend, Wizard, came on and said something. I said, what did he say? Oh, we love your tunes, Doug. Well, thank you. Appreciate that, and thanks for coming on the chat bar. It's always nice to have people come on and let me know what's happening, because I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know, like me. So let's see. So I guess I didn't talk about the actual gig at the Rose Room. So the night before we left, we had our really big show at the Rose Room, and it was a double bill with the Seattle Jazz Guitar Society, led by Matt Benham. And my friend John Stowell sat in and played with them. And it was great. They did the first set. And then I did my first gig with what I like to call La Pompatac West, which was James DeJoie on clarinet, Jeff Bush on drums, and Jonty Simon on bass. And these guys, first of all, great guys, so nice. And second of all, killer players, so much instinct. And they brought so much to the bandstand, I was constantly surprised, pleasantly surprised. We just had a great musical dialogue, and everybody contributed. Nobody was just kind of idling, just kind of sitting back. And so we had a fantastic night, and we did good as far as the crowd goes. Took a lot of work, a whole lot of work. And but thanks to my son Eugene and all his friends out there, because he's been out there for a while and he's well connected, and he helped get a bunch of people out, and we went up and put up a bunch of flyers, and we just went nuts for a week, making sure. That everything was cool, and it was, and it turned out great. And then the next, let's see, you need to play that rhythm guitar player more. You need to pay. That's funny. Yes, Michael. It went right over my head. Yes, the little looper. Yeah. So what's interesting is if I do the loop right, it's pretty seamless. It's really fairly amazing, considering that I do it totally old school. I have there's no sort of built-in metronome forgiving thing that sticks things together. This is just, you just hit it on and off, and you just got to do it right. So thank you. Yeah. But anyway, so we did the gig. It was a great gig, and literally we finished the gig. I got in around midnight, and we got up at 3:30 and headed back to New York. And then the day after I got back on a Friday, and on Saturday, played Daryl's house with Cowboy Ernie Seitz and Michael Getz. And that was another great gig. We did very well. Oh, and my phone is ringing. How cute is that? Let me turn that off. And so, yeah. So we had, it was quite the adventure. And speaking of gigs, again, this Friday at Limoncello in Sherman, Connecticut, me and Ernie Pugliese are going to be, doing it from 6 to 8:30, bringing you the best in jazz and gypsy and standards. And the food there is really, I guess everybody always says, oh, the food's great at this restaurant, but it really is great at this restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant, and it's really something else. And it's a great hang. It's intimate. The clientele are nice, Michael said Daryl Hall. Yeah, Daryl's house. Yeah, Daryl's house in Pauling, New York, which is close to where I live. So it's nice. I can kind of just like roll up there real quick. Yeah, that's where we played. All right, so how about One for the Road, huh? One for the Road. Let's see. I'll probably end singing a song. Oh, I know. I know what I'm going to do. I'm confessing that I love you. I'm confessing that I care. I'm confessing that I need you, darling, I do. But in your eyes I see such strange things, but your lips deny they're true. Will your feelings go and change things, making me blue? I'm afraid someday you're gonna leave me, saying can we still be friends? If you go, I know it's gonna grieve me. All of life on you depends. I'm confessing that I love you. I'm dreaming dreams of you in vain. I'm confessing that I love you over again. I'm afraid someday you're gonna leave me, saying can we still be friends? If you go, I know it's gonna grieve me. All of life on you depends. I'm confessing that I love you. I'm dreaming dreams of you in vain. I'm confessing that I love you over again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. First night back. Woo! Okay. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, coming back. I'm glad you didn't forget about me. And yeah, man, thank you, everybody from all over the country, perhaps the world, that tuned in tonight. And don't forget, be sure to go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. You see I have a little QR code up here, and put your camera over there, and it'll take you to my website. You could take a look around. I got a bunch of merch, of course. And but you can find out other cool stuff. You could sign up for my newsletter. My newsletter is absolutely free, and you get a free download every week. And so check it out. Over on the other side, up by my headstock here, is labella gypsy jazz strings. Although I'm using a different kind of string on this guitar, um, but it's labella, just not the gypsy jazz. And I've been endorsing them for forever, well over 20 years. They're great. Highly recommend them. And just wish everybody a great night. Come out and see us Friday. If you're not doing anything, come by Limoncello in Sherman, Connecticut. Be sure to say hi if you do come. Don't be shy. Come up and say, yo, I'm that dude from the internet. And I'll be like, oh, dude. And you'd be like, word. And I'll be, yo. Got it? Okay, cool. All right. So have a nice week, everybody. And as always, I wish you love and peace and a little pinch of chicken grease. Delicious. All right. Be well. I'll see you next week.